everyone, welcome to Kalia. This is Mia. I hope you're doing well. Okay. In my last video, I talked a lot about the energies at hand, which are crazy. We are heading towards, we have moved into the retrograde. We are heading towards a full lunar eclipse on the full moon. And we are within the 5 portal. Plus all kinds of other things. But within these crazy energies, I want to talk to you about what they are bringing to surface and for us to process, release, and evolve. And the more we understand what all these energies are about, the easier they will become for us, and the more we will be willing, perhaps, to face what we need to do more head-on. Okay, so we have come to planet Earth. Many of us have come volunteering to hold the light and transmute darkness. And so we have implanted ourselves in situations and in families that have difficulty to express love, because they have difficulty to remember who they are as connected to Source, as divine beings of light and love. Okay? And so obviously we come here and we forget a lot of why we came here and of our own source of knowledge and wisdom, and sometimes light. I mean, sometimes we forget our own light, but on the most part, as sensitive beings, we still do our best to hold the light even within the most challenging situations, okay? And so in these situations that we have had to endure, it's very important to remember that you have made an effect, regardless of whatever you see on the surface. You have planted a seed, okay? We have come to also learn ourselves and evolve even further and see these people in the eyes of love, with compassion, seeing their own feelings of lack, their own fear. Some of us were able to gain insight into their own upbringing, perhaps, or background, to be able to understand more about why they act the way they do and why they are disconnected. Now, having gone through these challenging situations, we end up repeating situations like these for ourselves, to be able to further understand the origins, the reasons why people do what they do, and the effects, okay? As well as these repeating situations for us provide opportunities to see these patterns and release them and see how they have affected us and left an imprint on us, and how much we may be holding on to these imprints and to the effects in ways that we ourselves end up blocking our light, our love for ourselves, for others, and our connection, our full connection to our source and to the knowing, the knowledge of who we are as divine beings of light and love. And so all of this provides us with so much insight of seeing how these patterns repeat themselves through generations and through relationships, through people. Like the old saying, hurt people hurt people. But not only that, we gained insight into seeing how and why people become blocked from their own flow of light and love and connection to source. And we ourselves get trapped into the same pattern in one way or another. And so this is why we get so many occasions in which we get to clear density and pain and effects of all these experiences and blockages. And so the more we awaken to this, the more we can release all of this. But as we can see, we still hold on to something. And now we are at a time in which we are truly in front of a new opening for all of humanity. And these last 2 years especially, aside from all the other work that we have done prior, have proven to push us to look deeper. And many of us have been very much isolated to be able to do this work on a more profound level. Okay? And so we need to come to a place where we really understand that we have come here for the purpose of breaking these patterns, not continuing them. We need to take this pause, even if it's a crazy pause. It's an intense moment, but it's it's a narrow passage. It's not going to go on for a long time. It's a short-term, intense passage in which I recommend we all, and I think that's what we are being pushed to do, that we all take a good, deep look at what is left within us to be released so that we can become who we truly are, so that we can undo the last bit and release what is blocking us from our light, from our freedom, from our love, from our creative flow, from who we truly are, from being who we truly are. We want our freedom. We crave our freedom, and yet we allow ourselves to be bound. And the key lies here. That special secret key lies within you. And this is not just talk. We need to reach in, to look into those first players, let's say, in this scenario. See them in the eyes of compassion and love. See how they themselves have suffered. Some of us have lost already some of them. And we have seen the whole cycle, their cycle and our cycle, and the cycles repeating through them, through us, through others that we relate to. We need to remember why we came here. We need to remember who we are. We need to see with compassion those who have been hurt, how they continue to hurt. Not finding their key to their own soul, to their own light, to their own connection to Source. We have that key. For many of us, there is still this little bit that we need to clear to achieve our freedom, to achieve our self-fulfillment, to be able to open our hearts as well to healthy relationships in which we share openly in our authenticity and we grow together. This is the time to look into this and see if you can release your past, forgive, see those who have hurt you with true eyes of love and compassion, as well as yourself. See yourself with love and compassion, and remember why in the first place you have come to these situations, to hold the light and transmute the darkness and break these cycles. You are not at fault. You came here to spread some light. And even if you have mishapped on the way, you get to see, even on a deeper level, how this works and why this works this way. So don't beat yourself up about that either. see this whole picture for what it is, and resolve to become truly a part of the solution. And the only way you can do that is by releasing the hold of this on you. Release those who have hurt you and bless them. Bless them with wishes for them to continue to evolve and be able to be connected to their source of light and love as they are beings of such, regardless if they are still on planet Earth or have passed on. Release the past and release your old wounded self, that version of yourself that felt that needed to limit yourself to be able to adapt or to be able to please or to be able to hurt less, or because you felt you yourself that you are limited, because you are not. Release that version of yourself so you can connect to who you truly are. Release it all. Remember the video that I did on forgiving, sending light and love to past situations and to heal. I will link that video in the description box if you haven't seen it or if you feel like seeing it again, all right? Send love and light to whatever that past is for you, okay? You can send it to the whole episode, to the persons involved, to yourself in the situation, whatever you feel comfortable with. But release, do what you need to release, because it is not who you are. It is an experience, several experiences, a whole chapter of experiences that were made for you to further understand and evolve yourself, as well as plant seeds of love and light for others. And again, if you have mishapped on the way, it has only helped you gain a deeper perspective of how this whole thing works and why we need to heal these patterns. Okay, another thing that's very important to be able to heal this and release and evolve and move into who you truly are is appreciating who you are as a true being of light, a divine being of light. Appreciating your willingness to contribute in some way to spread light and to hold light. You don't have to be any genius of any kind to appreciate yourself. Appreciate what you allowed yourself to go through as well, to be able to contribute and to be able to evolve. Appreciate who you are as a divine being, because you are a divine being of creation. Appreciate and love yourself. Love yourself even if you have not been loved properly or shown love even more. Learn, and hopefully you have learned along these years to show yourself love. Being connected to Source, you know what love is. Love is what we are, and we are held in love by our celestial team and by creation and by the Creator all the time. And we have the possibility to remember and connect to that knowing and hold ourselves in love and self-care. I talk a lot about self-care because that is very important. Many of us have not learned that in our formative years, and so we needed to learn it, and many of us still need to learn it, and it's okay, it's a work in progress. Hopefully you have learned somewhat how important it is, and you are caring for yourself. Develop that, because that is your most important key to unlock your true self. Knowing to appreciate yourself and knowing to care for yourself regardless of anything going on around you. Any situation, you will know that you know to care for yourself. Know to care for yourself. And so you gain more and more trust in yourself, in your connection with Source. And you are able to step forward and become who you truly are. Empowered, assertive, yet eager to open yourself and share your light and love with others. Knowing that those who are willing to appreciate you, share and grow with you, will be guided to your path. And those who do not will be guided elsewhere. That chapter is over, but you need to let it go. Otherwise, you will continue to attract the same situations until you release that part in you that is attracting like a magnet the same situations for you to learn. If you want to be over with it, and we are rising to such a different dimension of more light and more love, we need to come ready. We need to release our past, the hurt, the fear, the blockages, any parts of our old wounded version. We need to leave them behind. Let them go. It's not who we are. We need to connect now with who we are to be able to move in to another step, a very important step on our journey and on our higher purpose and mission. And we cannot go there with extra heavy baggage. Okay? So I hope you got it. I hope you will use this time to look at whatever comes up for you and say, for the last time, you know what? I'm leaving you behind. All that stuff. Pack it in a pretty loving care package and send it to the light to be transmuted so that we from now will genuinely offer from our true selves and build together something that will create new patterns based on love and light and our divinity. Okay. I hope this helps. I'm sending you